happy to be with you on the Golden Jubilee commemorative and celebration day, and wish you all the best. And first I would like to greet Sri Kunal Banerjee, President ICWI, Sanjay Bhargava, Ashok Naval, and D.V. Joshi ji, and Kalyan Ramanji, and N.V. Nimkar ji, and Amit Apte, and all the student members and practitioners. Wish you all. Friends, I am indeed delighted to participate in the Golden Jubilee Convention of the Institute of Caste and Works Accountants of India at Pune. My greetings to the organizers, office bearers of ICWI, casting specialists, industrialists, economic planners, and the distinguished guests, and particularly about 300 students assembled here. The topic I have selected, I don't know whether you will be happy. The topic I have selected, motto for ICWI. Motto. Promote, motto for ICWI. Promote profit with integrity. That's my topic. The topic is your organization motto, future motto, because country needs it. The motto of ICWI, promote profit with integrity. Now, profit with integrity leads to sustained growth. You agree that? How should we need to have a national ethics to have integrity? We need to have a national ethics for sustained growth and peace. Where it starts. You are not alone. The whole nation has chosen principle. So I have evolved like this. A nation has to have ethics in all tasks for sustained economic prosperity and peace. Suppose that is the assumption. If nation is to have ethics, nation consists of societies. Society has to promote ethics and value system. If society is to have ethics and value system, families should adhere to ethics and value system. This logic is correct. If families have to get involved with the ethics and value system, then parenthood should have inbuilt ethics. Now, parental ethics come from good learning, value-based education, and creation of a clean environment that leads to righteousness in the heart. So, the ethics in all levels had to penetrate. The environment, the good environment, ethics environment leads to righteousness in the heart. Now, if you repeat with me, all of you, on the Golden Jubilee year, will you repeat with me, particularly if experienced, bit hesitate, the students can repeat with me. Are you ready? Students are ready? Yes. You see, those guys are ready. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. Harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Where does it start? If you have one single thing, righteous in the heart, leads to beauty in the character, harmony in the home, order in the nation, and peace in the world. Is it not worthwhile, righteous in the heart? So the question is, the righteous in the heart, who will give? Who will give? Finally, that's the fellow makes the trick to up to the peace of the world. Righteous in the heart, only three people can give. Can you guess? Can you guess? Mother, right? Mother. Teacher. Mother. Father, you looked at? I am saying father, mother in a spiritual environment. That means very important, spiritual environment. And third one? Teacher. No, primary school teacher. So once we build the righteousness in the heart through these three great components, then we have a beautiful India, ethics India. While I was addressing the company secretaries, I remember when I was the president, I addressed company secretaries. I think they are close to you? Yeah. Very close? While I was addressing the company secretaries, rendering value-added services to the corporate, both in the public and private sectors in January 2008, January to January last year. I referred about the document prepared by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India on the corporate governance, released in November 2007. Particularly, I like the statement in the document about the situation arising out of India achieving full capital account convertibility, if at all it happens. It was stated, I quote, in that book it is stated, I quote, in a couple of years, India will have full capital account convertibility. When that happens, an Indian investor who has rupees 36 to spare will seriously consider whether to put it in the Indian company or to place it with a foreign mutual fund. What does all this mean for better corporate governance? Everything. The better corporate governance, the loyalty of a typical Indian investor is far greater than the counterpart in USA or Britain, that you have seen. But our Indian companies must not make the mistake for taking such a loyalty as granted. To nurture and strengthen this loyalty, our companies need to give a clear-cut signal that the words your company, inverted comma, your company, have real meaning. Your company should have a real meaning. That requires well-functioning boards, greater disclosures, better management practices, more open, interactive and dynamic corporate governance environment, unquote. Such a situation will definitely lead to consistent support of the shareholders and creditors and improve the competitiveness of the Indian companies. Members of ICWI have a very important role to play in the realizing this goal. Friends, we are meeting at a time when the whole country is experiencing a setback, a shock wave, by an unfortunate happening in the corporate sector. From the points of view of our national pride, investor confidence and employees' reassurance, I am sure that a professional body like you will contribute expeditiously to systemic studies and root cause analysis so that such an event is not allowed to repeat in the country. What better mission you can have? With a strong will, the country is on its march towards development. The progress is visible in many sectors. Citizens are willing to contribute their might to the development actions. Still, we have to overcome certain bottlenecks. Despite a political vision, well-articulated schemes, and adequate fundings, many major programs are not on schedule, and the benefits are not reaching the intended beneficiaries. How can we reverse this trend through better organization, better transparency, better feedback, better visibility of timely action through purposeful accounting and auditing? Now, I would like to share with you two of my personal experience. Now, I know only certain technology side. I look at the technology side, I look at the accounting side, I look at the auditing side. Let me first give you an event-based experience of the missile program, which has similarity to the mission of auditing and accounting. When I see the role of cost controllers, I am reminded of a technical event taking place in sequence in the case of a flight trajectory, the missiles flying. Or rockets flying. Let me refer to the launch of Agni missile system. It is a controlled and guided flight from time of launch till it reaches the target at long range 2000 kilometers. At T0 before starting, the time of launch automatic launch control system gives the takeoff signal after testing more than 600 parameters by computers in few seconds. If all the parameters are within the specified error band, computer gives a go-ahead signal. The missile lifts off. The missile has an onboard computer that carries the special trajectory which is to be followed by the missile from time to time. It lifts off till it reaches the specified impact point. Any deviation from the trajectory is detected and quantified by the computer and fed continuously to the control system of the missile. The control system operates fast reaction thrusters in all the three axes of the flight and corrects the deviation, brings the missile to the right to ride on the required trajectory in real time. If the corrective action is not done, then real time the missile will reach far away from the target and the mission will be a failure. Guidance and control with its onboard computer acts as the brain of the missile. During the flight of the missile, it is essential to guide the missile real time to the target to meet the mission requirements and succeed. From this guided missile flight example, I would like to share the following experience. As you can see, if the correction is provided after the event is over, if the missile flight time is over, if the event is over, the mission will not whatever correction you do, the mission will not succeed. That is, as you can see, if the correction is provided after the event is over, the mission will not succeed. Follow? Yes. Similarly, if the cost controller's recommendation and delayed beyond the completion of the event, they will see but they are too late to correct. already committed. All the problems are committed. What is the use of your showing that the problem? I am sure you can realize the importance of providing online cost control advice. Online cost control advice to ensure successful accomplishment of the mission for the given cost, time and performance. Let me narrate another incident which took place in 1998. In 1992, the light combat aircraft team had decided to go for digital fly-wire control system for combat aircraft that is an unstable aircraft. At that time, the country did not have the experience of developing flight control system. We chose LMCS, that is Lockheed Martin, for the contract since they had the experience designing digital fly-wire system for F-16 aircraft. Joint team for design and development of the FCS was formed with ADE DRDO, India, and LMCS, America, California. Government imposed technology sanction. Due to the sanction, the American company broke the contract and retained all the Indian equipment and software and the technical information which were in their premises. This was definitely a shock for the Indian team. Immediately I called for a meeting of directors of ADA, NAL, ADE, CAR, HAL, National Flight Test Center. They are all our laboratories for multiple organizations. Professor I.G. Sharma, a renowned control system specialist. Professor Ghoshal, a noted digital control system expert and guidance control specialist from DRDL, ISRO, along with our financial auditors, financial advisors. The FCS, the flight control system team, explained to his members the situation and what are the problems, and we formed a national team to handle. We had a full day and national team formed. The team, after prolonged deliberation, gave a structural method by which the development could be completed, the system could be certified for flight trials, all our Indian efforts. Based on the recommendation, ADA was given the responsibility of verification and validation software. The Integrated Flight Control System Review Committee was constituted as a national team, and director and someone were the chairman for the team. And the hardware and simulation, this team met once in a week and brought out all the issues. They are ahead of, they gave the software. It was controlled by the chairman with members of HAL and our chemical test pilot, flight test. This team also met every week and reviewed. We also introduced participation of certification agency and inspection agency. The aim was to see that the problem in any system is brought focus at the earliest. The confidence building took place by intensifying the test. For example, informal burn test, iron test was carried out. Similarly, the pilot flew the simulator for more than 2,000 hours. That's what we missed from the foreign partner. We compensated by enhancing the critical design review and increasing the test time to ensure safe mandated design of the integrated flight control system. The entire team took the denial as the national challenge. They said if it was going to take more time, we will take less time. If it was going to take $20 million, we will reduce. This event reassured me that no country could dominate us by imposing technological sanction or economic sanction. The collective power of the scientific and managerial and financial management team will defeat the challenges from my nation, any nation. Now LCA is entering the production phase. I would suggest members of ICWI to analyze such success stories, draw lessons for cost reduction of indigenous programs. And friends, the whole system continuously reviewed Now, for the past few years, I was asking myself what type of innovation needed to enrich the Indian economy and the other world economies which are presently in turbulence. That's every one of your mind, isn't it? So, I had discussion on this subject with the experts, the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, few days back. It came to the light that the Indian economy will be less affected due to the world financial crisis. Why? There are three reasons for that. This is due to number one, Indian banking system has always been conservative, which has prevented the crisis. You are guessing, now probably that has helped us. The liberalization process which started Narasimha Rao time, Prime Minister, has checks and balances consistent with the unique social requirements of the country. It was not fully the reform took place to our advantage now. Third is Indian side is generally saving, oriented and living within the means of part of mindset. This situation has reduced the effect of global turbulence of Indian economy. However, the resultant effect will be reduction in export, reduction in outsourcing, drop in annual growth rate of GDP. So, for the situation is, this is the time, since you are all accounts specialists, this is the time, instead of worrying what happened in America and impact our economy, how to revitalize our economy. Our economy is not so badly affected. So this is the time we need innovation in our thinking and regenerate the agriculture sector, particularly through value addition and small and medium scale industries, enterprises for making higher levels of contribution to the GDP, as I have discussed before. As you are all aware, we need to ignite the minds of our talents in the rural population. 600 million, 670 million people are there for a new product ideas. We are not only useful to the national consumption but also for the export market. Our numbers could lead to reduction in our cost. For this, we have quickly enabled the village complexes with urban amenities. We call this PURA, providing urban amenities rural areas, by which physical, electronic and knowledge connectivities are ensured for creating economic connectivity. Friends, while looking at the investment and quick action needed for these 7,000, whole country needs the rural area, 7,000 Pura complex in 600 villages. I would urge this community of cost and works accounting professionals to reflect the following aspects. Number one, what will be the loss of manpower? What will be the loss of manpower talent and loss of resource mobilization opportunities if the Pura implementation delayed every 6 months? How can we miss the opportunity for product development in number and quality by harnessing our latent talent and abilities? Number three, we have to simultaneously improve agriculture GDP, food processing value by value addition, and at the same time train people coming out of agriculture into manufacturing and service sectors. Four, with the development of Puras and Tier 2 cities, we can make cities also perform better with the lesser problems of urbanization visible day by day. Friends, I have developed what's called law of development. That means the competitiveness is the common factor for developing country and developed country which governs the nation's growth. Competitiveness has got three dimensions: cost, quality, and just-in-time availability. So friends, now a status of accounting by ICWI. During the last 4 decades, role of CMS has undergone a change and a new economic environment. Initially, it was the role for price determination, that is cost plus profit equal to selling price, which has completely changed to manage your cost in such a fashion that you can earn profit, hence selling price less margin equal to cost. In addition to the traditional techniques used by CMS such as standard costing, marginal costing, uniform costing and so on, new technique coping with the modern technology have been evolved. The concept now widely used as life cycle costing, Kaizen costing and value engineering. So friends, with this I had an interesting study with my team. From the study I could find among top IT companies in India. You must analyze this. Instead of you analyzing, I have done. I had an interesting study with my team. From the study I could find among the top IT companies in India, per capita revenue per employee varies from $32,000 to $82,000 per annum. Whereas one of our Indian automobile industry, the value addition per employee is 2,500, which is nearly $200,000, which is second in the world in manufacturing. But at the same time, I have studied certain IT MNCs whose business based on knowledge products. Their per capita employees revenue is in the order of $200,000 to $600,000. Per capita revenue of one of the leading search engine company is over $10 lakhs. Hence, you should see the difference. Why I am bringing this point here is to emphasize how the unique knowledge through their intellectual property can bring non-linear growth to the organization as well as the nation. Higher the growth of knowledge and better productivity leading to non-linear growth of the economy, company. I would suggest ICWI to incorporate such benchmarking system for various industries so that Indian industry can definitely become internationally competitive. I have discussed some of the contribution to industry. Next area. Now, friends, in conclusion, I have seen myself 3 dreams which have taken shape as a vision, mission and realization. Space program is what I have wrote there. Then Agri program of DRDO, I was involved in that. Then providing urban amenities in rural area program, also I am fully committed. I have worked in all these three areas. The programs have gone through success and problems. I would like to convey to you what I have learned on leadership from these 3 programs. Your institution on the golden jubilee year, you must think of great leaders. You need leaders. Now that leader, I would like to, based on my experience, I want to convey, what is the profile of the leader? Number 1, leader must have a vision. Leader must have a passion to realize the vision. Leader must be able to travel into an unexplored path. Leader must know how to manage a success and failure. Success, everybody can celebrate. But failure management, when the nation is in trouble in a certain area, and failure management, you have to show the leadership. Leader must have a courage to take decisions. Leader should have a nobility in management. Leader should be transparent in action. Now will you repeat with me? Yes. I will work with integrity and succeed with integrity. Very tough? Very tough? So, you will find that this is one of the qualities of great leaders. Work with integrity, succeed with integrity. For success in our mission of integrated development of the nation, we have to create large number of creative leaders. Creative leaders in every field. Creative leadership means exercising the vision to change the traditional role from commander, from director to delegator, and from one who demands respect to one who facilitates self-respect. For a prosperous and developed India, important thrust will be on the generation of number of creative leaders from all walks of life, including costing and auditing. My best wishes to all the members of ICWI, success in the mission of reducing the cost of all the products without sacrificing the performance and quality, and services delivered by the Indian industries, thereby making India internationally competitive in all fields.